and welcome back to your new grow. Couple of public announcements to make before we start this week's vlog. The first one, and probably the most important, is to stay tuned until, well, ideally the end of the video, but almost at the end of the video, because today we are announcing the winners of the seed giveaway that was done a few weeks ago. The second thing that I wanted to mention is about the response to vlog 34, and I really wanted to thank you all for the amazing support that I've received with this video. It really helped me, because at the time this video was posted, I was probably about 3 or 4 days before the meeting, which was a couple of days ago now, the meeting, by the way. I was just a few days away before that meeting, and although, as I've explained, I'm not going to go over this again, but I had this in the back of my head, and I kept thinking, and the more I was going, the more I thought, maybe that's me, I'm not seeing something. But getting your feedback and seeing that I wasn't crazy really helped me to be at peace with my ideas and sit at this table with a clear mind, knowing that I was mostly in the right, and yeah, it really helped. So thank you very much, everyone. So anyway, let's get started with this week's vlog. And I think the first thing you are due, since we are talking about it, is feedback on that meeting. And I'm not going to go over this for hours because the last video was boring enough. That was almost 20 minutes of me talking about this. In fact, probably a bit more than that, because towards the end I was talking about that again. So this is just going to be a very brief feedback, because I did say that I was going to give you some feedback, and so you know what's happening. So I had that meeting on Sunday. It went relatively well, and again, staying as factual as I can, because I don't 100% agree with everything that's been said, and in the process, their point of view is they will not contact someone in person because it's not recorded. And if it's not recorded, then the person can deny having had that conversation. So I totally get that part. There's other ways to do this, to make it recorded and make it official, if I can say so. But I do get where they're coming from. I was told that a few, I'm not going to give you numbers, but a few people have received the same letter, which I kind of knew anyway, but that's not my problem. I don't care. We're talking about plot 14, we're talking about my plot. My point was, maybe you should make those letters less of a template that you send to everyone like then, but if at least it was highlighting the points that you are not happy with in regards to my plot specifically, then I probably would have been able to act better, to understand better as well. To give you a bit of the context on this, I've received this letter on, well, it was actually issued on the 3rd of August. I think I've mentioned the 4th. It's actually the 3rd. By the time I received it through the post, it was the 6th of August. I was asked that basically whatever they were saying, which wasn't very clear, as I mentioned, was done by the 23rd of August. But I've approached straight away the minute I've received, like literally the same day I've received that letter, I've approached the secretary. I've been given a meeting on the 14th of September, which was like 3 weeks after the deadline that they were giving me. So, they kind of understand where I'm coming from with that, which is the most important. And they've been very clear that obviously it's a fairly new committee. It's a process that's not really in place at the moment, and they're trying, and I'm 100% supportive of this. This allotment used to be stunning in the heydays, and it just really went downhill. There wasn't any control over what people were doing on their plots, and plots have been left in a state that's just unacceptable. I feel strongly about this because I think personally, I could be really wrong and it could be very controversial, but if you are taking on a plot, that's because you're going to be able to take care of it. If you're not able to take care of it, don't take a plot. There's dozens of people waiting behind that are desperate to get a plot, and they can't get it because someone is hugging to a plot that they're not actually using. So that was really good to have a discussion with them about this. I'm not saying that they will change the way they are doing their stuff, but at least they seem to have heard what I had to say. In terms of what it means for me, it was just a bit of misunderstanding of my time frame. So I've been able to explain what I'm doing with the plot, where I'm going, that I'm doing no dig, and although not everyone at the table was happy with the idea or understandable of the idea of a no dig, when they said, well, you could have covered half the plot in tarp or something like that, I'm like, well, no, because the microbiome and all that stuff needs to be staying alive, so I need to keep something going on the plot. And yes, I probably could have put like green manure down, and I probably should, and that's what I'm going to do over the winter here for the part that I'm not going to be working on, just to keep everyone happy, make a step towards them. They're making a step towards me, so that seems fair enough. But I think there was a bit of misunderstanding on this, and they thought I was just letting the plot go to waste, basically. But they really understand where I'm coming from. I've been able to give them my whole time frame, or the schedule that I have for the plot with the different section. I've also applied for the fruit cage as well, and give them a plan and a sketch of the whole plot with the different areas and all that, so they can see very clearly that I have a plan in mind, and everyone's happy. Yesterday I went over, I've posted, it's actually yesterday morning on a local page, I was looking for pallets, and again, that's a bit of a controversy right there, and I maybe shouldn't say that on a public YouTube channel, but I was looking for blue or red pallets because they are longer lasting for a compost. I know that technically they belong to a company and you shouldn't use those ones because you potentially actually could be prosecuted for, well, especially in UK, I don't know outside of UK, but in UK I know for a fact that you could be prosecuted because it's technically theft. You're stealing from that company that rent those pallets. But I also know that there's a ton of them that are sitting there and going to rot. So, are they gonna die for 5 pallets? I'm not quite sure. Five, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 5 pallets. 5 pallets. So they should be fine. So I've managed to find, literally within the hour, someone that said, "Oh, I've got 4 lying around. Please come and take them." So I went over yesterday, picked them up. Fortunately, one of them is similar size, but it's not actually one of those red pallets. But I'll find a way to use them anyway, if I don't use it in the project. But I've got 4 pallets, which I've picked up yesterday. I went to drop them off at the allotment. I didn't film any of that because that was literally just me dropping off 4 pallets. If I get to clear the 2 bins that are there just now, the plastic one, and put that compost ready for the sowing of the white flower later on in the video, just remember, stay tuned. That means that it clears the space and I can build one. And if I can build one, I can start filling it up. Simple. So I can start already producing my compost. In my opinion, is probably the best way to approach this. So a couple of things to do on the way. I've got to go and pack the tools as well, so I'm sure that I'm prepared. And then I'll see you at the allotment. You coming? Let's go. And we are back on the plot. Unfortunately, it's raining.
A few moments later.
Sorry, I just had a check. It's definitely still raining. It gives me a chance as well. Might as well slide that in just now. I wasn't going to mention anything just now, but why not? I'm hoping hopefully in the next vlog, so vlog 36 or vlog 37, I will see. It just depends how the timing works. It's actually not in my hands just now, but I have a surprise, something that I've been thinking about for a long time, and I've been working really hard on it for a wee while now, and it's literally, well, I've finalized what I could yesterday, and as I said, it's not in my hands anymore now. I need to wait hopefully 3 or 4 days and I should know for sure if it's happening. So fingers crossed, if everything goes well. As I said, either in next vlog or the one after, so 36 or 37, I should have quite an exciting news. For me personally, I don't know if you will be as excited as I am, but I'm super excited. So I cannot wait to share that with you guys. Right, you're actually off I've left the gimbal on the tripod there, so it might be a bit wobbly, but with the gloves on it's a bit of a pain to take the whole stuff off. So yeah, I went back and forth to the van to get tools, and I think it's there's a big ivy just outside, and obviously at this time of the year you've got a lot of ivy bees. And I know you've got those tiny wasps as well. I can't remember their name. I've been stung by one just on my shoulder blade, and I can't actually reach. It's really painful actually. So it's a bit annoying. And trying to get it out. Obviously, I just went in the back of my collar there, and yeah, I tried to get it out, but poor thing probably freaked out and just stung me in kamikaze style. So yeah, I've not been stung in ages. Although, don't get me wrong, the last time I've been stung was actually in a can, and it's on the tongue. It was painful. And believe it or not, I had to be quiet for a good few days, so probably give my parents a break. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Let me show you where we're at now. Right, so I've strung over this bit again. I've got a slight issue with this. There's this obviously netting around, which I don't know if the netting is like right underneath or if there's a bottom to it, but I can, if you can see, I can lift it ish here. You see there's quite a layer on it. That corner is not great, and from here it's just literally doesn't move at all. So I'm gonna have to empty this one before I can get this done, but I'll need to empty, I can empty this one already. All cleared in here. I've strum cleared, cut along here, so it only keeps this plant, but they are growing an awful lot on this side, so just to keep this a bit tidier. And I've done all the way, remove what I had to, so it's all clear all the way here. As I've mentioned, the compost area will be up to here, roughly here. So this whole area then up to here, obviously this will be the patio, but obviously I don't want to do the flower meadow all the way to here, because I'm gonna have a leaf mold here which I could potentially access from the outside, but I want to be able to access from here. So I'm gonna have the patio going pretty much to the end here, for a bit. So I'm thinking to see, because I'm gonna have the patio in here, and I mean I just need to work out that the door frame will be right here basically. So you walked sideways, by the way, sorry. So the door frame will be right here, so I don't really want anything lingering here in front, but I might have the table and chair round about here, or probably where I'm standing actually. So just trying to work it out. So I think I'll probably do the meadow to, well, pretty much the corner of the old whatever brick wall that's here, pretty much to here, and then pave or slab this bit here. I'll just work out with the slabs how far I can go, but that's not an issue. If I need to go a bit further, I can, well, scrap a bit of the wildflower meadow. That's not a huge issue. And if it's the other way around and I need to extend a bit, I just need to put a couple of plugs or just to put a bit of soil and let nature do its thing. So it's not so much of an issue. So I'm just gonna go, try not to get stung this time, go back in the car and get the cardboard, get it cut, put down, and I suppose I can start emptying this. I'm pretty much going to be ready for the next rain to come. So quite good. I knew it wasn't the best quality stuff, but the first one, the green one, was okay. A lot of gravel, but it's obviously been lifted from the path and there's a lot of stones and gravel and so on. So that's fine. Top is nowhere near composted at all. But I've put what I had and I've topped up from the bottom, from the back, so it's fine. It's fairly covered. I'll show you in a minute. Then, so I've realized that the other cage, compost bin is inside the cage, which is right there at the back. I'll show you in a minute as well. And it is definitely a full cage with a bottom. Not quite sure the interest in that, but anyway. The problem is when I started looking through this one, and you can probably tell I'm really annoyed at this. It doesn't matter how long you've been gardening, it doesn't matter how long your compost is, there is absolutely no excuse for that. So underneath, and that's why obviously you see that's been all lifted all the way, you've probably seen it on the time lapse as well. It was lined underneath with a really thick weed membrane. Why would you put a weed membrane if you're going to put a compost bin over the top? I don't understand that at all. But not only that, if it wasn't enough, they've lined the bottom with cardboard. And you would think, well, that's a clever idea. That's what you would do normally, would you know? Yes, to stop the weed coming through, but not if you put weed membrane underneath. But that's not all. That's obviously someone that has never heard of plastic before, because it is filled up with tape. Filled up. I can still keep going. I mean, just, you know, and there's more. There's layered, probably 3 or 4 layers of cardboard down at the bottom. And all of that cardboard had thick plastic tape. So, yeah, great. But not only that, what's been composted? So by the looks of it, it started with some plant and vegetation, which had turned into a good soil, right? Some leaves. some, well, in fact, let me take you back over there. If I can dig those out now that there's all the rest on top. Some plant label, some pots as well, and the very best of all, which I cannot find at all. There we go. I've got a bit here. Full leather. There is, I mean, I can understand that, you know, a small pot like that could have fallen to same with a label and plant tags. But full leather, and the stuff is so brittle now that it's just, there you go, it just breaks like that. Polystyrene as well. I used to be around an old gardener, a guy that's been in this for 60 odd years, and still to the day he's lining the bottom of his pots with polystyrene, broken down polystyrene. Takes you know, those fishmonger polystyrene trays, take them, break them into small pieces, then put them at the bottom of his pot, or even sometimes mix them with some gravel and some soil, put at the bottom of the pot. So when you try to empty the pot, you end up with polystyrene all over, and it's exactly what happened in here. I'm really annoyed. It's infuriating. Why would you do this? At what point would you want to have an allotment grow proper food and then let them grow in stuff that's got bits of plastic, bits of faux leather, tape? Anyway, right over there, actually, well, I've got the 2 bins in here, which I'm gonna see if someone wants them, because I'm not gonna use them in here. And there is this. So this cage in here, which is fortunately a bit too big. You know, I can, oh, I mean, if I put my hand through, I'm not going to get it back out, but I could potentially push my hand through. It's quite a big cage. I'm not sure if I should keep it, should get rid of it. It's the whole holding thing. Would I use it? What could I do with it? It's not really, I mean, it's going to stop foxes coming through, but we don't really get any damage from foxes. Apart from that, it's not going to do anything unless we have a giant butterflies coming. They might not be able to come through, and I can use it as a brassica cage, but otherwise I'm not sure. So if you have any idea, let me know. I'm not quite sure, so I'll just leave it there just now, and yeah, I'll see if there's an idea that comment. Let me know in the comment, you know, if there's something that you think that could be done with this. Anyway, I'll level this out, pick up the few more bits of tape and rubbish that I can see in there, and then we shall build the first compost bay. So as you can see behind me, that's the one compost bin done. So I can actually start composting. It didn't take me long. That was literally about an hour, and I was filming actually. So you've seen time lapse there, but I was also filming bits which will be released on the how-to video for building this yourself. So be patient. I've got more work to do around this. I'm just going to show you what it looks like just now and the nice retouch that I've added, which I'm actually quite happy with because I've been thinking about this and it actually looks really nice. And I think once it's all done, it will look really nice. Right, we'll start with a view from the grand entrance of the greenhouse. So where I'm standing just now, it's actually going to be, well, the doorway for the greenhouse. So you can see I've got one there. I'm going to have another bay in here, and then next to it there will be the leaf mold. So just now that's what we've got in here, which is, I'm quite happy with that. It's fairly level. It's really, really sturdy. It's not going anywhere, definitely. I still need to build the front. I'm gonna do a system of sliding doors, like slats are coming up, and I can just take them out when I need to. I think I'm still not 100% sure on this one, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. And this here, so it needs a bit of TLC. Obviously I need to replace the screws on this one, and this one is actually, it snapped here, so I need to get some compound. Well, I've got some compound at home, but I need to fix this with some soldering compound. So this bit there was actually on Tony's plot, not this plot, but plot 11, and it was left from the previous plot holder, and I always liked it. I don't know why. I just posed in a couple of flimsy brackets, which are not even level, to be fair, one's higher than the other. But I don't know, I always liked it, and I always thought it would be nice to find a way to reuse it. It's very much decoration, and should you decorate a compost area? Probably not. Does it hurt to do it? No. So I'm gonna use this, and I'm either gonna have just a couple of signs just hanging up there, either something that's gonna say, you know, in use, or working hard, or something, you know, like in relation to which compost bay should be dumped or should be used for dumping stuff in, and what other one is actually working and shouldn't be fed anymore, if I can say so. Either that, or just wee random signs like that. I've got a few signs that I'm gonna put around eventually. So yeah, one or another. I'm gonna get this painted a bit nicer, get this cleaned as well and painted as well. But I don't know. It probably sounds very stupid, but I thought that was quite a nice touch. This is the previous plot holder from the other plot, and I'm sure that if she was coming now, she probably would be quite happy to see one of her thing, whatever she made that for, that's still used today. And although the wood is done and I'm gonna have to replace it eventually and redo it, but I'll redo it the exact same way with the imperfection as well. As you can see there now, you know, should be there. So it's not level with the imperfection, because I think it's just a nice touch. To me, it's all part of it. Another week has passed. I've been incredibly busy, so I've not actually managed to do any more gardening whatsoever during the week, mostly with the soon to come announcement. It's actually going to be next week, so stay tuned for that one. I've mentioned earlier in the video, earlier in the week for me, about coming up with a big announcement in the next few weeks. Well, it's actually happening a lot sooner than I expected, and so yeah, next week I'll definitely touch base with you on this. But first thing first, this week I've mentioned about doing the draw for the seeds. So yes, this is the packet of seeds. So as you can see, this is the official On You Grow seeds. So I've made the draw for the 4 winners. Obviously the one winner, which I will announce now, the one winner for the name of the meadow. Thank you very much everyone who have sent their suggestion. It's been incredibly difficult to actually choose one name that would represent well. They all did, to be fair, but I've picked one which particularly resonated with me. So And then I've done the draw for the other 4, which I will put on the screen in a minute for you all to see. I've got my wee cheat sheet because otherwise I'm just going to get lost. So before I go any further, what I would like you to do, if your name comes up on the screen, I've just realized as well that I'm going to make a fool of myself trying to pronounce some of the names. So I'm really sorry if I'm messing this one up. So I'll put them on the screen as well, so there's no confusion. If you are one of the 5 winners, please send an email to onyougrow@gmail.com. onyougrow@gmail.com. Obviously, give me your address or a post box where I can send the seeds over to you. I will get this posted as soon as possible, and I'll reply to your email as well, just to confirm that it's been sent your way. First of all, thank you everyone. As I said, thank you everyone for taking part. It's been great fun to see all the different comments that came up. The winner is the Wildings. So Donna Stevens 8832. As I said, it was really difficult to pick the one name, but I just really liked, I don't know why, it just been sticking with me the whole time. Like every time I was going back, the Wildings kept coming back. I just feels like the Wildings. It's grand, you know, it's great. I just love it. So here you go. Well done, Donna. You're the main winner of this competition. But not only you will receive a bag of seeds, so another 4 winners, as I've mentioned, will also be getting seeds themselves. And I will pull up just now the poll for you, and I'll see you just after. So there you have it. Congratulations to Paulsgardendiary, to Gaz3855, to Maddie Howard's 5621, and Chicosgarden. Well done to all 4, and then obviously Donna as well. Well done to all of you. I'm really sorry for the one that didn't win this time. We'll try to do this one again next year, and hopefully you'll have a bit more luck. But thank you everyone for taking part anyway. It's been great, been much appreciated. The support and everything has been amazing. So thanks again, and congratulations to the winner. Remember, down here, email address in the description as well, onyougrow@gmail.com. Send me an email, give me your name and address or post box where you want me to send the seeds over, and I will get that posted to you as soon as possible. Well, I think that's us for this week. Thank you very much for joining, and I hope to see you next week. And congratulations again to the winners. Make sure to send me your address. Check in the description or a bit earlier in the video if you need the email address again. And yes, thank you very much. I hope to see you next week. Take care. Bye.